So here we are, we just pulled into the parking lot, not the driveway, of the Kawartha Highlands Provincial Park, somewhere at close to Mississagua Lake. So this is going to be our put-in for what should be a very nice, very fun trip for the May long weekend. Looking forward to a lot of fishing and some pretty relaxed pace, I think. And hopefully some whitewater would be really, really nice. Sorry, this is actually, I got confused. This is where we're gonna end the trip. So we're gonna leave Matt's car here, load up all of our stuff into my car, drive up only about 15 minutes, we're not going very far. And that's the put-in at Mississagua Lake. So this, I think, is actually, there's a little bridge down here, I think, that hits a river, and I think this is where we're gonna pull out in about 3 days' time. So yeah, it should be a really nice weekend. The weather is gonna be hit or miss. Water might be very, very cold, so we have some gear to sort out. But we are ready for the elements. Should be a good one.
Just dropped Matt's car off at the bottom of the river. We're going to the top of the river. It's about 9:20 in the morning. We're excited to get going. First canoe trip of the year, so always a little bit of pre-trip jitters, but we're here to have fun. Can't wait to do it.
Just done the first portage and I'm already super sweaty, even though it was pretty short. So it's a hot one and the bugs aren't too bad so far, and we're gonna keep at it. Even more iconic duo, a barrel and a life jacket. Just wrapped up portage number 3 of the trip, and we've just been spending some time fishing and hanging out and cooling off in the wind and the sun. So we're gonna keep on going and enjoying the beautiful day out here.
What did you say? It's like when
I had a nickel for every time I've seen that face.
it's always when I'm doing something dumb.
No, not when you're doing something dumb. When you've done something dumb and you know it.
Like 6 feet tall, right? And then just down to the ground.
Down to the ground this way though, no? Yeah, I don't know, like that.
I haven't seen rain this hard in a long time. There's a lot of rain right now. A lot of rain right now.
Well, we just got poured on. We were just at the put-in after this 500-meter portage, and wow. I don't know, it was like a wall of water, I guess. I don't know if there's another way to describe it. Just wind and water all facing us, and Matt sprung into action, put a tarp up. Other Matt's beautiful new tarp is working great. It's a rectangle, so we got extra length on either end. So it's keeping us and the gear dry while we just hang out and wait this out. Ladies and gents, here we are. It's dinner time. We sat out the rain for a while in the tents, but the violent onpouring of rain went away relatively quickly. So we came outside, enjoyed some fishing, and now we're catching some golden hour as we chop up some veg. As dinner approaches, just enjoying the nice waterfall to our side, and looking forward to, well, dinner. Yeah.
You feel slightly guilty? Well,
This is Yves ground beef with black beans. We have some hummus, as well as cilantro, arugula, and green onion as garnish on triple baked tortillas.
To make?
Burritos.
Beautiful. Let's get into it.
Howdy folks, here we are, morning of the first full day. Just packing up breakfast. We had oatmeal and coffee, and the bugs really like the smell of our gear. Tend to be surrounding us right now. We have just figured out that no one packed bug spray, so we're having a fun time, but that's alright. Just here, ready to portage over that way. I believe the next portage is actually just right in this pool over here. So we're thinking, instead of loading the boats up with all of our stuff, paddling 50 meters and then portaging, we're just going to carry over a rock bridge there. So yeah, keep you updated.
okay, so it's basically left all the way. We have that one big draw. Okay, almost up. Oh, hold on. Let's go. I'm probably gonna back paddle a bit here. Cam, is there a tongue here?
Ready? Straight.
We're taking a little bit of a break here on the river. We've done a few portages, did a little bit of distance. It's been an interesting trip from not necessarily from the challenge perspective, which is what usually draws us out here, but I think this time for trying out some new gear, some new experiences, exploring, kind of using same stuff in new ways. You know, we've talked about the bugs being pretty horrible, and you can see they're all around eating us alive, but I think we're all pretty used to that at this point, and at some point we're kind of in their backyard, right? So who are we to complain? But as it turns out, something like a wetsuit is actually really good at keeping the bugs off if you can deal with the about 2 or 3 millimeters of neoprene wrapped around your body. But to be honest with you, I mean, this might not be everybody's cup of tea, but this is exactly why we come out here, right? It's just get away, try something new. Always bring a new piece of gear and a new little thing to just test out and work with. So it's been a good morning. We're gonna paddle on for another, I think, 4, maybe 5 portages, but some of them are like liftovers or super short, and a few more kilometers paddling before we get to our site for the rest of the day. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else to say other than I hope the rain holds off. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. And just floats on down. Much lighter boat though.
It's a nice peaceful afternoon here at the campsite 605, just around the fire. Matt and Matt went and got a lot of wood while I napped. Thank you, Matt and Matt. And not too much going on right now, just enjoying each other's company. Matt's doing some reading, and we have this nice little view of the river in front of us, including the last set of rapids that we shot, about 100 meters that direction.
He's like, you just need to stand out from the crowd. Oh, are we doing coffee?
I was going to tea, but also coffee.
I can go for a
I
coffee.
should finish my breakfast.
So here at our campsite 605, there seems to be been a little bit of a rearrangement in the past 24 hours. There are multiple trees, the closest being right here, that have been uprooted, what we believe yesterday, in that massive wind and rainstorm. We recently figured out that there's actually a tornado warning in southern Ontario, and this was probably the result of that in this location. They've actually completely lost the canoe landing for this campsite, so we had to use some around the corner, but that was acceptable. Just interesting to see how powerful that wind and rain really was, because it brought down a pretty big tree there. And it's the tree with the campsite sign on it. So that's cool. Making some pad thai with tofu, broccoli, mushrooms, and a pad thai sauce, garnished with peanuts and cilantro. So eating well back here on day 2.
Morning, everyone. We're out here at day 2, just packing up camp. Didn't do much this morning except drink our coffee and our oatmeal, and just enjoyed our last morning out here. It's not very far until we're out. It's maybe a 30-minute paddle with one small portage. So yeah, just enjoying our last few minutes out here.
Drop.
Does not sound good.
Sorry?
Nothing. Draw.
Honestly, like when it's raining and I'm wearing my Gore-Tex coat and I'm uncomfortable, like soloing in a canoe, I actually kind of feel it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
This trip we saw some pretty wild weather, new backcountry meals, saw some fish that we weren't able to capture on film, and had some relaxing time spent with friends. Thanks for joining us on this one, and we'll see you on the next adventure. It was very cold last night and we all bundled up together.
Shred. What was the joke before? Mad for maple, mad for... What's the joke for meals?
Mad for meals.
Mad for meals here. Shred.
Who are you filming?
Red.
You gonna film me?
Give me a cheers.